Potent Pondering, please come and thumbs up this video. Yo, I hope y'all all doing well. We here to talk about Jay-Z, and they was granted the, to move forward with the dismissal of this frivolous lawsuit concerning this 13-year-old situation, allegation, all of that. Listen, come and thumbs up this video. Get this video to 1,000 likes. Thumbs up. Come on, just do your part. I'm doing my part. You do your part. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all all doing good. So listen, I wanted to read this article to you from Baller Alert. So I seen that I was just pre-ing Google and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for the keywords, trying to figure out, and I think this is a black-owned blog, so let me just pre and just let you know what's going on over there. So Jay-Z is granted permission to file dismissal. I know y'all all knew that this was going to take off like a missile. I know you thought it was official, and basically what happens from here is, I believe that this is going to get thrown out, and then whether it gets thrown out with or without prejudice, now that will be decided. But listen, Jay-Z's granted permission to file dismissal in the assault case. So let's get into it. So Jay-Z's legal team scored a small victory, with the judge presiding over the assault case now allowing for the attorney to file a dismissal request. Court reporter Megan Cunef shared documents confirming that Judge Annalisa Torres granted lawyer Alex Sparrow's request to submit a motion for dismissal. This decision marks a shift for Torres, who had previously expressed concerns that Jay-Z's defense team was attempting to dismiss the lawsuit without proper due diligence. And I think that sometimes, I personally feel like the judge, they try to bark back at like Sparrow and try to tear him down like he wasn't a hero. They try to do all of that to make them, to normalize the situation. They knew that they was going to grant this dismissal. They knew it. So listen, so Judge Torres has granted lawyer Alex Sparrow's request to file the dismissal motion in a lawsuit accusing Jay-Z of capital R wording a 13-year-old girl in 2000. This is over the objection of the woman's lawyer, Tony Buzbee. So Tony Buzbee put out an objection to it and all of that too. All right. So just days ago, Judge Torres rejected Jay-Z's bid to dismiss, which accuses him of intimately assaulting a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside music mogul Diddy. So despite the setback, the latest ruling permits Sparrow to formally file a motion to have the case dropped, signaling a potential shift in the legal proceedings. Jigga is not guilty. Brooklyn, where y'all at? Brooklyn. All right. So, the victim's attorney, Tony Buzbee, opposed the filing of the motion, submitted a letter on New Year's Eve to express the objections. While the latest development does not guarantee that the case will be dismissed, it marks a positive step for Jay-Z's legal team as they continue to fight the allegations. All right? The motion to dismiss the case is due by February 6th, and they about to get that in. They gonna get that in. All right? And its outcome will closely be watched by both sides. Prepare for the next phase of the high-profile legal battle. Get ready for this to skedaddle. Get ready for their souls to be rattled. So listen, I want to read something that came from Alex Sparrow. The one caping around here like Jay-Z hero. So we write on behalf of the defendant Sean Carter, pursuant to the rule, blah, blah, blah. Your individual practices in civil cases and to form that Mr. Carter seeks to file a motion pursuant to the federal rule of civil procedure, blah, 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 to dismiss the first submitted complaint, blah, blah, blah. In accordance to the rule, your honors, on December 19, Mr. Carter sent a letter to the plaintiff setting forth the basis of the motion and advising Mr. Carter would file this pre-motion if the plaintiff chose to stand on her FAC. If that's something about remaining anonymous, is that something that's synonymous with that? All right. So plaintiff was required but failed, all right, to respond to Mr. Carter's letter. And within 5 business days. By December 27, Mr. Carter interprets plaintiff's silence as confirmation that she will stand on the FAC as pled. Accordingly, Mr. Carter submits the pre-motion letter concerning his anticipated motion dismissed, which will raise the following arguments. So, the lawyer wrote this letter and all of that. Listen, they ain't playing with him. I don't listen, Sean. I know you playing millions for this. So, first, plaintiff cannot recover for her sole claim under the Victims Motivated Violence Protection Act as a matter of law because the statute does not have retroactive effect. So they hitting her on the statute of limitations. All right. Plaintiff asserts violation of the GMV law for conduct that purposely occurred in September of 2000. But GMV law was not enacted until December 19th, 2000, 3 months after the FAC claims that the conduct occurred, and cannot apply retroactively to create a cause of action unavailable to the plaintiff at the time of question. Oh, they hitting him. Alex Sparrow, he out here being a real hero. Now listen, I'm not applauding if Jay-Z really did it or not, right? I personally told y'all since this case all dropped that I ain't believe it. I just didn't believe it. I ain't believe somebody drove all the way down the hall, all the way from the highway from Buffalo, dropped the person off, went all the way back. Then the father came all the way down from Buffalo, picked her up. It's just not believable. I'm from Albany, New York. I live 2 hours out of New York City. Buffalo is way, way west. Way, way west. I want you to put that in. It's way, way west. That's like that's like calling your mom in New Orleans saying, oh, you know, somebody did something to me in Houston, and then they just boom. It don't just work like that. It don't work like that. All right. So that's that. I'm not going to get into this whole reading. You pretty much know what it is. Jigga is not guilty. I know a lot of y'all get mad when I do these videos and I'm supporting Jay-Z, but a lot of y'all love and support different artists, and you don't want to think the worst of them. See, this dog in the background is barking. This is why I was happy when them fireworks was going off on New Year's, because it was going that dog was so scared and going bonkers. I said, you be messing my videos up, barking in the background and doing all of that carrying on. But listen, I'm happy that this case is moving on. It's taking another step forward, because so many people was just wishing, hoping, and praying for Jay-Z to end up on some sort of, just to get some sort of backlash and for his career to be ruined. You know what I'm saying? Now, we don't know what's to come in the future. You know that there's always new things, happenings and all of that. But I do think that this is going to kill Buzbee's credibility. I do think it's going to kill his credibility. And Buzbee also responded. They said, so listen, so it says, Buzbee opposed the filing of the motion of dismissal in a New Year's Eve letter. For context, not every federal judge requires attorneys to obtain the court's permission to file a motion. And this is a rule specific to Judge Torres in her civil cases. All right. So Tony Buzbee, the Buzbee law firm, he wrote a letter. He said, I write on behalf of the plaintiff, Jane Doe, in response to the defendant, Sean Carter's letter dated December 30th, 2024, pursuant to which the defendant request to leave a file motion pursuant to the federal rule, blah, 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 right? Defendant states his intention to remove the dismissal on the grounds for Doe cannot pursue her claim under the New York City Victims Gender Motivated GMV Act, blah, 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 blah. In support of his argument, defendant cites a trial court order decided on unopposed record, which is merely persuasive authority. See, Ludo, they got all of this, penal code stuff and all of this crazy stuff, blah, blah, blah. So defendant's arguments as to the GMVA is unpersuasive, as it is contrary to the law's primary intention, and to make it easier for the victims of gender-motivated violence to seek civil remedies in court, which means that he wants the money. You want the money. You want to be paid. Now you don't wasted all this time on this. You wasted all of this time on this client, and I think that this is going to get thrown out. Write in the comments if you think this is going to get thrown out or they're going to move forward. Write thrown out or write move forward. Let me know what you think, right? Blah, blah, blah. All this bullshit Tony Buzbee writing. Listen, a lot of this writing is too small. You know that he's shooting it down. He don't want it to move forward. But we're going to see what's going to happen. Typically, when they grant you the right to file the dismissal, it's not going to take off like a missile. Everybody who thought that you was going to be there, they're going to miss you. It's not going to be official. I know you tried to get them tears and wipe with that tissue. I know you tried to write their names down on them lines like that list do. Listen, potent pondering. Get this video to 1,000 likes. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know right in the comments. Is this going to be dismissed or they moving forward? Dismissed or moving forward? Let me know what you think. Listen, I hope that y'all all doing well. It's the second day of the new year. We back to doing content. I do feel a little rusty, but nonetheless, I'm moving forward. You already know what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm up out of here. Peace.